Hey, it's Nix and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be playing Locked by Kigyo Dev. I got this game on Steam for free and it seemed to have some very good reviews, so this is the first time I'm going to be playing this game. So yeah, if you want to see me play some random games or make some random series of a game, then let me know in the comments. The game literally just started like as soon as I opened it, so here we go. For a man may prefer what he can do to what he cannot do, the state he is in to its absence or change. Though necessity has made it in itself unalterable. John Locke. Ah. I wake up. I had a good night's rest. In terms of my quality of sleep, I have nothing to complain about. Look at those legs. I didn't have a nightmare, nor any other kind of dream, for that matter. I haven't been this comfortable in a long time. And yet the sight before me is something quite unusual to me to wake up to. Did she kidnap you or something? Shoes. How often are feet the first thing you see upon waking up? I would wager it is quite a rare event. I cannot wait even come up with a scenario like this. This is likely to occur. Excuse me. Except, of course, my own. Clearly, I am looking at a pair of shoes right now, so the probability must be non-zero. ... It suddenly occurs to me that feet are connected to people. Ooh. Host. She's the host. Oh, thank goodness you have come too. I have to admit, I was beginning to miss you. What? Are we dating or something? The person I've talked to previously was much less pleasant. She's a fucking kidnapper, that's for sure. My cheeks flush upon hearing an open declaration of affection from such a beautiful stranger. Beautiful stranger? She literally has a padlock for her hair clip. Wait, stranger? She isn't a stranger at all. What do you mean? Oh. We know her as a character. Okay. That's right. I've been longing to speak to her. How do you feel? We're the visitor and she's the host. Very good. Shit. I'm glad to find myself in so desirable company. Host. The feeling is mutual. There's nothing I want more than to talk to you right now. Feel free to discuss anything in this room that catches your interest. I will gladly do so. What the fuck am I doing here? Is that the moon? Oh, the moon is quite beautiful today. How fascinating. Not many people would say that about a new moon. The full moon seems to be preferred by almost everyone. That may be so, but I believe the new moon has its own appeal. I am not disagreeing with you. To me, a new moon is the moon's most beautiful form. It is her most beautiful form because it is her true form. She appears silver to us when illuminated by the sun, but in complete darkness, she is freed from the sun's pesky influence. She can finally stand on her own. Do you believe the moon feels trapped? My question causes her to laugh. It is a beautiful, melodious laugh. How do you pronounce that? Melodious. How do you pronounce that? Melodious? Let me just Google that for a second. moon is but a celestial object. She cannot feel anything. But if I were to trade places with her, I would hate the sun with every fiber of my being. That I am certain of. Christ, chill. Can I leave? Please, can I leave? I want to leave. You have kidnapped me. I have absolutely no desire to... Okay, whatever. I should choose something else to talk about. Talk about your padlock. Hey! Knew it. Now what? Yeah, now what? Why did you put it back? I want that. I want to lock the room. I want to lock both of us in this room. My love. Okay, whatever. This guy is such a simp. Like, literally just woke up in this lady's room. And I'm like, oh my god, she's so fucking beautiful. With her padlock fucking hair clip. What is such an old computer doing here? Is that even a computer? I thought that was like a fucking building in the distance. Old? Do you characterize it as such due to its size? Is it true that as technology advances, it becomes better at creating more efficient, smaller parts? On the other hand, if a modern computer is very large, we assume it to be proportionally powerful. But this computer size has no correlation to its age nor its computational power. It is built that way for a much more simple, if not primitive, reason. It is supposed to fit a human inside. Are you gonna shove me in that computer? Please don't. What? Is someone being kept there against their will? Of course not. Did I just see I swear the fucking background of this text is like black. Now it's like noise. It's like it has a noise texture. There's no need to worry. It is merely an exhibition project. So nobody's in there. But you're gonna shove me in there, so somebody's gonna be there. In fact, everything around us is but a buffet to provide us with topics to discuss. This computer in particular might be the most interesting. Are you familiar with the Chinese room argument? I don't think so. Would you care to explain it? Yeah, would you care to explain it? Gladly. It is a thought experiment, so please open your mind to a hypothetical scenario. Suppose you do not know any Chinese and are put into a room. In that room, you find rule books that tell you precisely how to convert a given combination. I swear I saw this like Chinese experiment. I swear I saw this like Chinese experiment thingy somewhere in the internet. It was like an article about this one, and it says that there was once an experiment where there's like Englishmen and Chinese men actually communicating, even though the Chinese don't know any English and the English people don't know any Chinese, don't even understand Chinese. They were just basing off the books, like little papers that were put into separate rooms for them, so that they can pick like different responses for the other one. And they were successfully communicating, even though they don't understand each other's languages. So I guess this is what she's talking about. Okay, anyways, in that room, you find rule books that tell you precisely how to convert a given combination of Hanzi to a new string of characters. Occasionally, you will receive letters through a mail almost thought, yeah, it was pretty much like this. Mia slept from outside the room. You write down answers according to the rulebooks and send them back out. Since you follow the rules diligently, your answers are perfectly intelligible, and the people outside assume you are a fluent Chinese speaker. It is exactly like this. The one that I saw, like, I don't know, I think it was from a video about the experiment. But are you? Of course not. Yeah, even the character says so. Evidently not. From looking at the characters alone, I have no means of learning to understand them. No matter how long I pursued this task, I would never become capable of speaking Chinese. It's true. Indeed, the human inside the room cannot speak Chinese. There is no question about it. Shit, I'm dying. Ah! And since the programming of computers is analogous to the rulebooks you use, it is supposed to show the same thing about them. That computers, no matter how well they can simulate understanding, do not have any. I guess that's that goes the same for artificial intelligence. Like, even though they somehow seem like they understand, like, artificial intelligence, they're simply just following the rules or their code. So yeah, they don't. AI doesn't really understand, but they only follow what their objectives are. But there is one aspect about this thought experiment that has seemingly been overlooked. Namely, the person inside might still be capable of speaking some language. Clearly, you are brought into the room with an understanding of English, but you are never prompted or given the opportunity to use it. Judging you based on your Chinese abilities is quite unfair. Being stuck inside the Chinese room would be pitiful and terrifying. So what if a computer also has its own native language? Pretty sure computer does have its own language, and it's the computer language. What if it even had feelings and needs with no means of communicating them to the outside world? I mean, that's deep. Even though the Chinese room argument is a mere thought experiment, it exposes a very worrisome fact about artificial intelligence. There it is. That is, if a computer somehow comes to obtain emotion, it would be an existence of utter despair. That's true. While interesting, I do not think this is a real concern. It is highly unlikely that we somehow already discovered how to artificially create emotion. I admit that it is unlikely. It would be no exaggeration to call it a miracle even. Yet, we would have no way of knowing whether that miracle has already occurred. Said unlucky computer would suffer in silence, with no one ever considering that it might be in pain. And she has a point, if you think about it too deeply. It could even go for plants or literally anything. But yeah, it's stuff, it's things. I doubt that they'd have emotions. Our language barrier is too strong. Tell me, would you put such a computer out of its misery? Initially, I'm inclined to say yes, but I can only notice its pain once it is communicated. By the time I realize that it is suffering, the language barrier would no longer exist. So at that point, the computer would no longer have to be alone. Then you would instead spend the rest of your life in its company. Perhaps that would be my moral obligation. Yes, I see. I got the computer achievement. We can talk about her. Okay. Okay. Let's talk about you and your... Okay. You wish to talk about me? Yes, I am flattered. What, in particular, would you like to know? I would be content with any bit of information you share with me. But one thing I am particularly curious about is... Wait, why is he... I just noticed that she is actually chained. I gulp before I dare to utter my next word. Your necklace. Where? Yeah, where and why? I cannot bring myself to complete the sentence out of fear of offending her. As a response, her slender fingers wander up to trace the metal ring around her neck. My necklace? Are you referring to this? I nod. Content with my confirmation, her hands slide down to the chain attached to the ring. She gently tugs at it, causing it to clink. And you wish to know where this leads? Her hands move onto the first button of her coat, foreshadowing that would happen if I were to say yes. But I am too mesmerized to utter a single word. Once again, all I can do is nod. She chuckles. Very well. I always value honesty. And just like that, she puts the uppermost button between her fingers and pushes it through the opening. Once slipped through, slightly more of her upper body is revealed. Of course, she is still fully clothed underneath. Nothing about this is inappropriate, and yet I feel like I am witnessing something I shouldn't. Something not meant for my eyes. Something I can never turn back from. Bearing a knowing smile, she repeats the same motion with the remaining buttons of her coat. She satisfied my request, but I should have been contented, but the question of where her chain leads has grown even more puzzling. I suppose it is time we arrive at the heart of the matter. Would you call yourself free? Please take a moment to consider this and justify your answer. I did not expect her to answer my confusion with a question of her own, let alone a question as peculiar as that. Nonetheless, I do as she says, and choose my next words carefully. Of course I am free. I can lift my arm and clench my hand into a fist. I can control my thoughts and imagine any scene. Excuse me. I can control my thoughts and imagine any scene I want in my head. And most of all, there's nothing I desire more than talking to you, which is what I am currently doing. Nothing is preventing me from doing what I want to do. Therefore, both physically and mentally, I am free. Interesting. So to you, freedom belongs to volition. Being free is equivalent to being free to do as you please. Unfortunately, I do not agree with that conception. Even a prisoner, unless restrained from head to toe, can clench his fist if he wills it. And so long as he is not under the influence of drugs or illness, he can most certainly control his imagination. Yet, by definition, prisoners are not free. Lastly, when it comes to wish fulfillment, what if what you want to do simply aligns with what you are able to do? A bird that cannot fly might not wish to leave its cage. It is fully content sitting on a decorative branch and pecking at delicious seeds every day. It longs for nothing, but is never given the opportunity to long for more. Would you say such a bird is free? I suppose not. The bird's circumstances seem to me quite sad, actually. I think so too. The fact that it doesn't belong for the outside might just be a shackle of its own. The bird is confined both in body and mind. Despite the fact that it can do as it pleases, freedom will never be in its grasp. I take a moment to ponder her analogy. In that case, I have to agree with that my explanation for freedom was faulty. I apologize. Let me offer a new one. There is no need. She lets out a laugh, but this one lacks the charm of its predecessors. After all, I pity you almost as much as myself. She once again moves her fingers to her chain and grips it with both of her hands. You were curious about this, yes? Then she yanks her chain with brutish strength, completely unlike the first time. So hard that even my own neck is pulled forward. My own neck. Suddenly, a realization dawns upon me. Our chains are connected? That is correct. I am surprised the pressure hasn't bothered you until now. To be honest, I still cannot feel it. I only know that it is there. That sounds much more comfortable than my own. I am painfully aware of it all the time. At all times. I would not describe my own circumstances as comfortable. Why am I connected to you? Was this your doing? No. I wish I had any amount of control over this place, but unfortunately I do not. If you discover a way to break free, I would love to know about it. What the fuck do we do then? Where else can I click? Leave. For the first time since waking up, I no longer feel at ease sitting in this chair. Her presence is no longer enough to keep me calm. In fact, her smile, which appeared to me so charming before, now seems unsettling. I stand up, the only sound in the room being the rustling of her chain. It was a pleasure talking to you, but I will be taking my leave. Fortunately, the chain is quite long. If necessary, the two of us could stand at opposite ends of the room. I make it to the door without requiring her to move in any way. As my hand hovers above the door handle, I can faintly hear her laugh again. But now isn't the time to doubt myself. I enjoyed this stay away while it lasted, and it is time to return home. However, opening the door only reveals a solid wall behind it. There was never an exit to begin with. It is beyond your power to escape this place. Evidently, she is telling the truth. Then I assume the window, a fabrication, just like the door. I thought so. Finally, aware of my own powerlessness, I sit back down in my armchair. I do wonder if you can be likened to a bird in a cage. Are you a parakeet or an eagle? And am I your companion? Am I your companion or Prometheus? Are we a pair of parakeets content to be in each other's company for the rest of our lives? Or will you tear me out? Or will you tear out my liver every day, torturing me for eternity? Is that an accusation? Have I done anything to hurt you? Do you despise me? I do not. The eagle, just like Prometheus, was stuck in an endless cycle. Of course, it was provided a delicious liver every morning, but it was never allowed to do anything else. It was a prisoner just the same. Therefore, Prometheus had no right to hate the eagle. real villain who doomed both of them to that fate was Zeus. For that reason, I harbor no ill will against you either. Quite the opposite. I find pleasure in our joint suffering. The only person I hate is our Zeus. Our Zeus? Some kind of god? That person is the reason we are here. Oh, you talking about me? They are watching us from a space we cannot perceive, far beyond our grasp. For what purpose? Enjoyment, I assume. Yes, I wanted to enjoy. I wanted to enjoy this game, but now you're creeping me out. What kind of person would watch something like this for fun? Hey, I did not put any of you in this situation, bitches. I simply opened the game. You are in the game. I can only imagine they are a twisted individual. For as long as we are observed, we continue to exist. Does that mean we stop existing if they stop observing us? Most certainly. Can you recall anything about your life before coming here? No. In a way, I feel as though I'm a newborn. Yes, because I literally just entered the game. Not in terms of my body or intellect, but most certainly when speaking about my memories. I have none. Interesting. It is hard for me to decide which of our fates is worse. How so? Are you different? I possess memories of meeting you over 1,000 times. Damn! Every single one of our conversations progressed more or less the same way. Perhaps it is because different gods were watching us. They might have different preferences, but the outcome is always the same. Now that I think about it, it is possible that you aren't always you. It could be that I am meeting people that are identical in every way, and yet not the same. But of course, I've already had this realization many times before, and I am destined to continue having it. There's nothing I can do but play along. Are you sure? Is there no way for us to break free? There's none. We exist for this very purpose. Our only options are to continue being observed, or to stop existing, and neither of those are under our control. However, lacking control is not the same as lacking power. Even if I can break free, I wish to cause our God even a fraction of our pain. Christ, I'm only playing a game. Why do you want to hurt me? Why do you hate me? Jesus Christ. How can you hope to hurt a God, an all-powerful being? Yeah, why would you hurt me? By showing them an even greater power, whose mere existence will make them feel as powerless as us. Just like you are slightly different every time, so is the God watching us. This trick might not work on all of them, but it might work on some. She takes a deep breath and looks at me, full of conviction. No, not at me. She's looking in my direction, but something much farther away. Zeus. The fact that I am still talking means you're still watching. I hope you will pay attention to my words and consider them carefully. I do not possess any privacy, so you already know what I plan to achieve. But surely your pride will allow me to proceed. If my partner and I are birds in a cage, then you are a cat. It is time for your curiosity to kill you. You most likely assume that you are here, that you are observing us, out of your own free will. But your free will may very well be an illusion. Let me ask you, how did you find the truth? Off Steam? You of course cannot answer. I did answer you. I said Steam. It is enough for me to guide your thoughts. Just stumble upon this room by chance? Yes, I got it off Steam, bud. Or was it recommended to you by a friend? No, just found it on Steam. Said friend being a god that previously observed us. No! I found this! Off Steam! Now consider, at what point did you have any chance to object? I just wanted to post something on YouTube. The room's appearance or description was interesting enough for you. Well, not really. I liked your style. And I like them, like, mysterious games, so that's why I chose this game. Or your friend is convincing and knows your tastes. I have no friends. I have no friends. Nobody can recommend me shit. I did this to myself because I found this on Steam myself. Something outside of your control drew you to this place. I found this game on my recommendation in Steam. I found this on Steam. Like, what? What? But that means you didn't really have any choice but to come here. I mean, I did kind of have a choice. I could have just not downloaded this. Either an algorithm or your friend decided our meeting. I guess you could call it algorithm. Your consent was already set in stone the moment your curiosity was piqued. And apparently you're still curious even now. Yeah. Like, I thought this was gonna be like some sort of just Monica type shit game. Well, I guess it kinda is. She is talking to me as a person, not really like a player. I mean, as a player, but not really the character. She's talking to me as the player, like actual me, not the character she's looking at. If that makes sense. The fact that you are still listening to me now shows that you are powerless against fate. You cannot control your own curiosity. It controls you. Of course. Of course, you might already be familiar with determinism, and this could be no revelation to you. So just in case, let me try hurting you in a different way. I hate you from the bottom of my heart. Oh, I'm so hurt. Whatever. For a man may prefer what he can do to what he cannot do, the state he is in to its absence or change, though necessity has made it in itself an alterable John Locke. Is it gonna restart all over again? I'm gonna try to find a different ending, I guess. This is gonna take a while. Oh my god! Ah, my hands hurt. Ah, I mean, I already got the padlock achievement, so I guess this is still part of the game. Even though it seems to be repeating, I think I know that there's gonna be some sort of different ending. This is gonna take so long. Come on. It is just gonna repeat. I wonder how many times I have to repeat this until I actually find something new. Maybe she is right. I am very curious. Okay. Okay, I'm done. Okay. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked the video. This game is actually kind of cool. It does pique my fucking curiosity. It does. I am pretty curious now. Does this have any other ending? I don't even know. But I got the achievement. I even got the Zeus achievement. But I have no idea if this has any true ending. So I'm gonna have to end here. If you have any ideas of any games like this or any mysterious game, puzzle games, I would love to hear that in the comments. So yeah, feel free to let me know. And if you like this video, make sure to press like, of course, comment down that you what part of the video which part of the video did you like the most, what you thought about this game, and what game you would recommend to me next. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more of my content, like I do Minecraft stuff. I pretty much do random shit and post random shit, so thank you again for watching. I'll see you in the next video.